Took a shower with my clothes on. How stupid. I went to sleep with all the lights on. How stupid. I played the keys with my guitar. How useless. I tried the best to move on, but I just can't do it. Yeah. Wasn't meant to spend the night. I wasn't meant to live my life. Best believe that I've been trying, but what it comes down to is different without you. Yeah, I wasn't meant to be outside. There's no color in the lines. No other love can satisfy me. What it comes down to is different without you. To the damn piano on the floor. Brush myself good up out the door. Then I slipped up in the corridor. This was never happening before. Don't think I could take it anymore. Look at how formal you got me, you do. Oh. Alright. Spurs lose again. What do you mean? We haven't been losing. Guys, this was not that interesting of a game. I'll be completely transparent. Let's see here. All right. Didn't watch, sorry. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't that good of a game. Fox got to carry these bums. It wasn't that good of a game. I'll be honest. Yeah, it wasn't that great of a game. Hold on, give me a second. Mute my mic for a minute. Someday I want to hold like the whole of you. Someday I want to go in places that I've never been, places that I've never seen. Ah, guys. All right, so how can I phrase this? This isn't the first game I didn't enjoy this season, but it's the first close game that I didn't enjoy this season. I'm not tripping about it. I probably should start off by saying that. I'm not tripping about this loss whatsoever. As you guys know, if the Spurs are very cautious, which they could be, you know that Wemby is going to be reevaluated on the 29th, and then we know 29th and the 6th, depending on what the 29th shows. So at the end of the day, he could very well have been out 13 games, but now it's looking closer to maybe 10. And in my opinion, and as I felt before, I thought that the Spurs would lose 3 games. And this was one of them, right? This was one of them. So we'll get into that in 1 second. Obviously, I'll read the Cowboys won, clan be happy. I hate the Cowboys. You recognize that, right? Like, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I hate them. I despise them. I don't care what happens to them because they're not going to do anything. All right, but before we do that, really quick, big shout out to why is my life so hard? My Spurs lose and then now this? My life is so hard. No one has a harder life than me. What is my life right now? Why is it like this? Sorry for the delay, guys. There we go. All right. That should have fixed it. Anywho, that didn't fix anything. Oh my God. What is life? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. All right. San Antonio Spurs lost, but that doesn't mean you have to lose, okay? Check out Sleeper, link in the description box. You'll use promo code CLAN. You get a 100% match up to $100. Daily fantasy sports. Obviously, it's showing the NFL right here. We don't care about the NFL. If we go over here to the NBA, you can also see social media posts in which you can see highlights, updates, injury reports, latest news, breaking news, all that good stuff. So go check that out. If you're tired of Twitter, you're tired of other social media apps that has everything but sports, Sleeper is the place for you, okay? And also, like I said, you can go over and do some daily fantasy sports. Oh my God. Why did it mess up the way that it messed up? Anyways, that's besides the point. All right, let's talk. Let's have a talk. Let's have a talk. Let's have a talk. Let's have a little talk. So the San Antonio Spurs, they lost this game. I'm not shocked that we lost the game. I don't know if you guys know this, but the Suns are actually quite good versus everyone but shooting guards as of late. I took a look at that before the game even started just to see who could possibly end up having a good game, which actually made this game slightly more disappointing, to be real with you. So shooting guards is their one weakness, like over the course of actually the whole season, and especially the last 2 weeks, they have not done that well versus shooting guards. So me, being an optimist, I thought, oh, okay, Devin Vassell should have like a crazy game today. Not necessarily the case. Right? Not necessarily the case. I think I feel like he did well at some point, but it wasn't beautiful. Dylan Brooks had it. Okay. But yeah, so how do I feel about this game? It is such a weird one, man. Like it's one of those situations where I'll be complaining about something that I've been complaining about, right? Like there's no difference in how I feel. And that is, I don't think that we run enough plays at all. While I think the ball is moving way better because we have those guys out, we don't set up many plays at all, and it is very frustrating. Another thing too is this felt like one of those games that you would have won if you would have had Castle, Wemby, or Harper, especially Harper or Wemby, because those two can basically fly past their defenders. Because the Suns managed to be very aggressive with us on the perimeter, and no one could really get going near the end of the game other than Fox. Fox could find his shots, but it just wasn't enough for the team overall, and it just didn't pan out how we wanted it to pan out. So it was a pretty ugly game for the most part. Just wasn't great basketball in my opinion. At one point the ball was moving, it was some good movement, but overall it was only so much the Spurs could do. You had lack of talent, and the only thing that could have saved this with the team that we have, because I don't want to use that as an excuse, because the Suns, I mean, head to head, I still think that we could and should have won this game. But when you mix in the fact that our main guys aren't there, and on top of it, Mitch Johnson isn't running any plays, it's just ugly. It's just not beautiful. It's ugly. It's ugly. But yeah, we're not seriously blaming. Guys, I don't think you can blame anybody really for this game. You needed either better coaching as far as more plays and more adjustments mid-game, or what you needed was some stars, some more players, some better players on the court. That's kind of it, Yeah, I saw. Stop saying it's the coach. Do you have a better explanation on what you think it is? What do you? It's not the coach, it's the players. They run no plays. How is it not coaching at that point? By the way, I never even said Mitch Johnson's a bad coach, but I'm not going to give him the title of good coach yet. I'm just going to chill out when it comes to that. Yeah, they didn't run any plays. There was no adjustments. Yeah. Stop leaving players open. Well, yeah. I think the Spurs have one of the worst perimeter defenses in the NBA. But I'll say it's the coach as well, because near the end of the game, we had Harrison Barnes. It's not that I'm opposed to him being in the game at the end, but in this game in particular, there was no adjustments. The last 5 minutes or so, like, Barnes was just getting shot on left and right. I mean, he was throughout the game, but they were attacking him over and over and over and over and over and over. He got attacked like crazy. If you go back and watch the ending of the fourth quarter, in which the Spurs looked like we had an opportunity to come back, they attacked Harrison Barnes on about 3 plays. I think it was 2 3-pointers and 1 mid-range shot. They attacked him, and they shot on Fox once, but you got to have Fox out there. But they kept doing it. And at that point, I mean, I know it's not a popular opinion, but at that point, I'm like, throw Carter Bryant out there, bro. Throw Sohan out there, because they're just attacking Barnes. Yeah, they were cooking Barnes at the end, guys. So, I mean, in my opinion, that is coaching. Unless you just want to say Harrison Barnes just need to step up. He was playing fine defense. That was the best he could have done. They just knew to attack him in that moment. It is what it is. It's fine. I'm not angry about this game. I'm not angry at any of the players. Nor am I going to make any excuses for some of the performances. Like, for instance, David Jones-Garcia, 0 for 4 off of that really good game he had. He was still making pretty decent reads, but 2 turnovers, -10 plus minus. Jeremy Sohan, -17, so while I did find that they were missing him a lot on easy cuts, still, especially Devin Vassell. I don't know what's up with that. Devin Vassell was missing him like crazy. But even though that's the case, he didn't play like his best game. Devin, in my opinion, just wasn't that great. I don't know, man. It's one of those situations where I'm just not that angry, but also Devin should have been able to do better because they're so bad against shooting guards. And also Julian Champagnie. He had some good shots. It's crazy that he's +3 because he went 3 for 14, bro. 3 for 14. Julian Champagny took the most amount of shots. I think that maybe it was the Spurs knowing that there's an opening for the guard spot for you to get some shots up. So they really went in on that. But, I mean, geez, man. 3 for 14? What the heck was that? But yeah, three for 14, bro. Like, how do we win that game? How do we win that game? But this is one of those guys. I wouldn't get too upset. I wouldn't tweak out about it. This was one that at least I expected us to lose. It's not like the Suns are a bad team, right? We got outcoached, in my opinion, and that's okay. Do guys need to step up? Yeah, obviously, guys need to step up. That's a bare minimum. Guys need to step up. Okay, but that doesn't tell the full story. You gotta also put people in pretty good positions. But we looked good for a big chunk of this game. I will say that as well. So this isn't something that you need to just lose your mind over. We look good for most of it. But coming out of halftime, you can't allow the Suns to just beat the brakes off of you in the third quarter. And then in the fourth, you're like, okay, we're back on it. We're locked in again. No. You know, don't go back to what we were doing last year. Yeah. I'm not blaming no coach. Then I don't know what you... Okay. You don't have to blame a coach if you don't want to, I guess. But, I mean, whose fault is it? I guess I'll ask you this. I'm going to put it on you, Banger. Okay? This is a question, a genuine question. And I know it's just a chat, so it's very hard for you to just answer thoroughly. But who would you blame for the end of the game in which Harrison Barnes got burned 3 or 4 times? Because if you tell me it's Harrison Barnes' fault, are you trying to tell me that he can do better? Because in my opinion, defensively, he can't do better than what he did in those plays. So at that point, it's like, who fault is it? You know, you have 2 defenders on the bench. Who fault is it? Harrison Barnes wasn't lighting them up from 3. He wasn't destroying anybody this game. Circumstances showed he probably shouldn't have been on the court. So whose fault is that? And it's not his fault. It's not like, to me, I can't blame Barnes for getting burned and he's doing the best he can defensively. That's like back when people used to get, I mean, he's a better defender than him, but when people used to get on Brent Forbes all the time, they'd be like, oh my God, Brent Forbes, he's so trash. And I was just like, well, he shoots threes well, and this is kind of all he can do defensively. Like, what do you... Okay, yeah, he should do better. It's his fault. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. What if you're not capable of doing better? He's a starter? Yeah, he's a starter. Okay. Sometimes guys shouldn't be in the game at certain points. Are you seriously just like, I don't know. I don't understand that. That's not, I don't think that's a good mindset. Like, oh, he should have done better. He's there. That's the best he can do. What? How much better can he be? I mean, if you're saying offensively he should have did better, okay, I can get with you on that one. I mean, he was nearly 50%, but sure, okay, whatever. You know, I can get with you on that one. Like, he should have did better offensively, but defensively, that's the best he can do. So at that point, what do you do at that point? Like, what could he have done better defensively? That's how he plays defense. He can't do any better. You know? I feel like really what it comes down to is just no adjustments. That's it. No adjustments. No recognizing the situation. That's coaching. I don't know. It's like that game against the Warriors when we did the first game against the Warriors when we did the double center lineup that made no sense. And we had Wemby running around everywhere to guard Steph Curry. Like, that was ridiculous. And now he's hurt. I'm not saying he's hurt particularly from that, but we were working him to death. But now he's hurt. You know? To me, that's coaching. You shouldn't expect Barnes to, you know, be able to lock these guys down. They were going at him. The Suns knew what they were doing. They went at him every play. One shot on Fox, which Fox was there. It was decent defense. And then the other one's on Barnes because they knew we can cook Barnes. They cooked him like 3 times in that stretch. You know? Shut up. Can you talk about Sohan's negative 17? Did I not bring that up, that Sohan had a poor game today? But that doesn't take away from the fact that in the end of this game, you needed another perimeter defender out there. Whether it be Carter or whether it be Sohan, like one of those two guys should be out there when, you know, our perimeter is getting cooked the way it's getting cooked. You know, give him a different look. Give him your best shot. That's all I'm saying. Give him your best shot. I care about winning. I always told you guys I don't care about the stats or whatever. Like if they stand out and it's like, holy, we got to talk about how crazy Wemby had of a game. But usually it's like I just want to see winning basketball. And overall, I feel like the Spurs played winning basketball for much of the game, but the lack of adjustments really screwed us over. But it's okay. I expect to lose this game. I expected people to not play as well. I wasn't really expecting a 3 for 14 from Julian Champagnie because they're bad against shooting guards, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's fine. Once again, Mitch watching the game like me. What's up, Dio? Thanks for the super chat. Anyways, let's see here. So that was the game I expect to lose, and that's okay. We should win the next one. What we got next? So if you guys don't know, Wemby is not on this road trip. I wouldn't be surprised if Wemby's back for that Memphis game on December 2nd. Would make sense, but he's not on this road trip. So 3 more games without Wemby, and I expect the Spurs basically to go 1-2 in the next 2. I don't see how the heck we beat Denver, and I don't really see how the heck we beat the Timberwolves. I'll be here, though. I'll be cheering them on. Don't know how we're going to do it, but I hope we pull it off. Genuinely hope we pull it off. Don't know how we'll do it, but we'll be here. All right? We'll be here. Yeah, some of you guys are a little too upset about this game, honestly. It's not that big a deal. I didn't really care about it. Could have won it, but at the end of the day, it's all right. It's all right. It happens. I'm not convinced with Mitch Johnson. Wish we could have kept that female coach. That female coach? Did you legit forget who Becky Hammon was? She's like winning championships back to back, man. Like, how do you forget her name? We should have won, but Butterfingers. Yeah, a lot of turnovers, you know. Guys, it's just one of those where Suns just play better, man. They just play better. They were more prepared, well coached. At least against us, they were on point. Very aggressive. We didn't have a lot of room. Couldn't really get past defenders because we didn't have the talent to do so. Didn't have the coaching that would help us out a little bit more. But it's one of those, if we had Harper, if we had Wemby, not to say this is an easy win, but we could have beat them this time. Spurs are making me a little nervous, though, because as far as good teams we beat so far, it's not that many. I mean, Miami, Houston. Is that it? Toronto got a pretty okay record, right? Yeah, Toronto. So maybe you could say Toronto. So about 3, maybe like 3 games that we won. Chicago? Wasn't Chicago missing a bunch of people? I feel like the Spurs should have like blew out Chicago in that game. About it. It's about 4. 3 or 4 good games. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be nervous, but I mean, the playoff teams are the ones where we're losing. The teams that we could legitimately see in the playoffs, we're losing to. You know what I mean? That's driving me crazy. It's the same thing every game with Sohan, Jason. Like, you know, I don't look at stats when it comes to certain players in particular. I will say, however, with Fasale, I guess I look more towards efficiency when it comes to him. Because yeah, his role is minimized. We just need more efficient shooting from him. But other than that, yeah, it's not many players. I just look at the stats and be like, oh, this is. You got to just watch the game. I don't think Sohan had a good game. However, they did miss him on a lot of cuts, and his defense was fine. Individual defense was fine. It is what it is. It's just a bad game. And overall, you know, just a bad team game, I think. But hopefully they can get some. Maybe they'll get some momentum with Portland. And by the way, when I say that we won't win against Denver and Timberwolves, I think there's going to be a fight. It's not going to be easy for them. You know, it won't be easy. We're not just going to give them the game. You know. And what it comes down to, different without you, yeah. Trying to get out of this. Okay. Yeah. Denver gonna whoop on us? I don't know. I think that we can give them a fight. I don't think we win, but hopefully Harper and Castle are back for the Wolves game. Castle might still be out. There was a report recently that Harper could be out another week, but that would be that'd be 1 week. I don't know. They might all just be back together, y'all. Both teams missing too many players to take anything away from this game. That's true. Castle's in San Antonio, Wemby. Oh, Castle's there too. Was Harper on the sidelines? I didn't see him. Oh, was Harper back in San Antonio too? Castle only out a week or two. Okay. We'll be okay. We'll be alright. Let's see what the standings look like. Five. Okay. We're alright, guys. I think I still say the Spurs end up being 4. Let's see who the Rockets got. We need y'all to lose. They just lost to the Nuggets. And they got the Suns next. They got the Suns and then the Warriors. Okay. Okay. Hopefully they lose both of those. I don't know. With the Suns, when they're so close on our tail, I don't know what I want. Maybe we do want to go for the Suns. I mean, we'll see the Rockets, what, 3 more times? All right, let's see here. Oh my goodness. Why is this so short? They talked to Mitch Johnson for 2 minutes? Is it just me, or has these postgames been shorter and shorter? I remember taking a look at them, they were at least 10 minutes back last year. I thought maybe a few years ago. I don't know. On the road? That's a good point. Yeah, they got stuff to do. That's true. You got a point there. All right. Well, we'll take a look at what Coach has to say. I'll give you my thoughts. But before then, hey, big shout out to Sleeper. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Link in the description box. You just use promo code CLAN. You get a 100% match up to $100. It's very simple. You hop on the app, go over to the NBA section, and Jalen Duren has been putting on a show, by the way. If you think he'll have more than 19 points, I'm going to go more. Siakam, points and assists. I'm going to go less. And then you put it all in, and you can make yourself some moolah, man. If you're not interested in that at all, there's also a a social media part of it as well, in which you can see updates as far as stats, injury reports, breaking news, clips, all that good stuff. All right, rumors, beautiful. So if you guys are interested, go check that out. All right, let's take a look here. Mitch, what you got to say, my boy? Break it down. That sounds like a car stopping. Again, Mitch watching the game like me. That's funny. Oh, I thought you sent that again. I guess it's just repeating it for some reason. I need to fix that. I don't know why it does that. Even the YouTube page mentions adjustments. Oh, man. That's what I said. I told you. Like, Miss Johnson on making adjustments after loss to Phoenix. Yeah. We don't adjust, bro. Like the chatter earlier was like, you got to blame the players, Clan. Stop blaming the coaches. We don't adjust. We don't adjust. We don't run plays.
Coach, what are your thoughts on the pace of play tonight?
What we expected. Fast. They play up tempo. We like to play up tempo, so I don't think there was too much unexpected in terms of just the pace in general.
Thoughts on what led to the turnover disparity?
Sloppy execution at times on us. Got in between probably a few times when we drove the ball, whether it was too adamant on trying to score, too adamant on trying to pass, and not just letting the reads unfold on their own organically. And we probably got a little ahead of ourselves and rushed at times. And they did a good job with that. But that's just something we got to clean up. Obviously, it wasn't one person with an inordinate amount. It was across the board, so we can obviously be better.
Yeah, there was no, on a few of these games, it's been like certain players where I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is messing up, but not really. I don't think it's on any of the players, but the adjustments from the coaching staff is like, come on, man.
And a lot of times, when we at least turn the ball over, there's probably something also a little deeper in there where
there were a lot of turnovers too, Larry.
We probably weren't spaced the right way. Someone wasn't holding or pulling behind, et cetera, et cetera.
You guys were up 7 at the half. What happened in the second half?
We didn't come out with the right approach at the start. And they got a few shots that were probably too comfortable. They made some plays, obviously, so credit to them, but I thought we could have showed a lot more resistance and discipline at times with the game plan execution, especially at the third quarter.
De'Aaron got to the line a lot. We saw in terms of aggressiveness from him.
Yeah, I mean, he's elite.
One primary issue I had with this game is it got to a point when the Suns in the fourth quarter played a little bit more aggressive defensively, got a little closer up on our guys, got a little bit more physical. We didn't have anybody that could really get past them, right? Like, our talent for that is kind of gone. Like, I don't even think Castle does a great job of getting past his defender, but like Harper can do it, Wemby can do it, and Fox can do it, right? And we didn't really have anybody out there other than Fox that could do that. So in my opinion, I think that that's when a coach should come in and be able to mix things up or create certain plays to make it a little bit easier for us to get our shots off. But it felt as if we were playing as if we had the talent on the court that we didn't have, and people were just kind of stuck. Our ball movement slowed down when Suns got more aggressive. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys noticed that. I don't know if you saw it, but that was my takeaway, at least. I don't know.
A lot. We saw in terms of aggressiveness from him.
Yeah, I mean, he's elite at that. He puts so much pressure on the paint and on the defense. And so that's something we continue to expect from him. And we missed some shots probably around him tonight, which probably could have helped continue to open up the paint. But credit to them, they did a good job of making the ball stick and minimizing our ball movement.
Yeah, Olynyk liked to throw lazy passes. Olynyk is a high IQ player, but let's see what the turnovers actually look like this game. Let's see. Olynyk had 4 turnovers. Oh yeah, he had the most turnovers. Devin had 3. Yeah. Our turnover numbers look like our assist numbers from last game. Where our assists were so good. We had 8 players with 2 or more assists last game. Now this is pretty bad, yeah. Keldon had 3, Sohan had 1, David Jones Garcia had 2, Kelly Olynyk had 4. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, guys. But yeah, I don't know. I think everything is circumstantial, and I felt like with Harrison Barnes, man, like 35 minutes in this game, kind of unnecessary, right? Like, would you have given him 35 minutes in this game? I wouldn't have, especially in that fourth when they just kept attacking him left and right. I wouldn't have had him out there. Or at least I'm judging the fact that the coaching staff had him out there. And that's the thing. I just don't like that we get so comfortable sometimes. Like Harrison Barnes, there's only a few players on this team where you have to have them in at the end. And everyone else is circumstantial, in my opinion. It's like Wemby, Fox, maybe Dylan Harper. Eventually it'll be Dylan Harper. But like those 3 are guys you have to have in. Maybe you could say Castle because he's been a really great closer, but you don't have to have him. Like in certain games where, okay, everyone is doing well defensively, we just need, some more 3-point shooting, then you wouldn't have Castle out there, I don't think. But everyone else is circumstantial. Even as much as I love Sohan, I think he's circumstantial. Same thing with Keldon, right? Like certain players, it just depends. And it seems like Harrison Barnes, after he finished that last game, it's like, oh, he's a necessity. He has to be out there to finish it. No, he doesn't. This game, he shouldn't have been out there at the end. They attacked him on like 4 different plays. It was his guy, 4 different plays. It wasn't his fault. He was there to defend. They just cooked him because he's not like an excellent defender. Wait, really? ChatGPT, when is the last game the Spurs had more turnovers than assists? 1978? There's no way. There's no way. I don't know. It might be wrong. There's no way. Mitch wanted more hero ball with Barnes. It's been nonstop hero ball. We got a roster right now where anybody can step up, and we just need to adjust to what the game is giving us, and anyone can step up. This wasn't one of those games. I mean, I'm telling you, during the fourth quarter, I was just like screaming at my screen, like, why is Barnes in this game right now? After they attacked him like twice in a row, that would have been, timeout, get out of the game. They're going after you. Because we had an opportunity to come back in that fourth. And it's not saying Barnes is bad. Some games he is going to finish for us, and he is going to close it out, help us close it out. But we didn't really need that. We didn't need that at all. We needed either Bryant or Sohan out there just to play some defense on the perimeter. That's it. It doesn't mean that we win, but it would have gave us a better opportunity than just having Barnes out there, not having to go to him, because we're basically playing through Fox, not having to really go to him, but then defensively just getting attacked. Like, I don't understand why we kept doing that. Just a silly end to this game. But I agree with you guys. Like, it seems like we hang our hats on hero ball way too often. Oh well. Son's got our number for real. He's just better coach. I just felt like we got out-coached this game. But with some of our stars back, I think we would have did just fine. at least a star back, we would have did fine. I won't even call Castle a star, but if Castle was there, then I think you have a much better shot at winning this game. Yeah. Anywho, unfortunate. Suns won't beat us at home. Is that 2 away games we had with them? No Grayson Allen. We should have stepped on the gas in the first. Tis what it is, man. Don't be too upset about this one, y'all. Please. It's not that big a deal. There's nothing new that we discovered. There's no, oh, now this is a new worry that we have. It's still the same worries. Like, I don't think the Spurs are going to be making great adjustments this season. I think that we're going to have to wait for that, just to be honest. I guess they're just going to have the Mitch Johnson one, and that's it, right? Pound the rock and move the ball. Let's see if there was anything we missed. I feel like we could. I guess I didn't miss anything. Huh. I could have sworn we missed something. Because we went over. It was the Draymond Green that one chatter wanted to go over, right? Yeah. We went over that. What the heck? It gotta be something I missed. Let's see here. Look at my saved ones. I think a healthy team would go a long way. Spurs will be fine, and health is a bigger problem than the coaching. Health is definitely a big problem, but in these types of games, what worries me the most is when we're evenly matched in a playoff series, you know? Because when you're easily matched in a playoff series, then that's where things get a little scary, you know? All right. So guys, I want to get away from this past game just really quick, because this was something. I have a lot of things saved, and this was something that I wanted to show you that I just like. Okay, I just think that this is pretty cool. All right, and it's kind of an appreciation post in a way. But before we do that, really quick, as always, big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this segment. If you guys are interested at all in daily fantasy sports, go check it out. Just use promo code CLAN and you get 100% match up to $100. Or if you just want to use the app for, what the heck was that? James Harden over the last 5 games. Okay, if you want to just do it for news, kind of like what I'm doing here, you can do it for that. Holy 55. I saw the 55 performance. 31 points, 28, 37, 41. You know, not that long ago, people thought that he was cooked. Oh my goodness. That's a crazy. Oh my goodness. Hey, that's why Sleeper's important, right? Go check it out. Good God. Okay. Anyways, go check it out. Sleeper. Link in the description. So, lot on there that you could do. All right. So this is going to be our Carter Bryant appreciation post here. So I saw this. I was like, what the heck is this? So I wasn't aware that Carter Bryant had a sister, and she's kind of a monster. So this is her.
Both of y'all play bad defense. Don't see him trying to go off like that. Now 2 years in a row. Get out of shit for that. Not on the college show. Both of y'all play bad defense.
Good God. Is that Stephen A. Smith talking? But look at his defense. Get that out of here. She's nasty. She's nasty. But yeah, moving on. And then obviously they show this one in which he gave Cooper Flagg some work. You guys remember this? Nasty. So I just want to say this. So because I saw quite a few people also talking about how they would like to see Carter Bryant get more minutes or whatnot. And it's blatantly obvious that once everybody is back, we won't see a lot of Carter Bryant, right? And unfortunately, and the only thing that's keeping him from playing, it really is the offensive part of his game. And I think that he's just going to have to build a little bit more strength so he can finish around the rim, because he's really bad at finishing. Kind of stumbles his way to into the paint sometimes. And also his shooting, which his form is fine. You just got to probably tweak it and he'll be totally fine. But overall, I do want to say, I think Carter Bryant is, I know we do this like almost every other year, but I'm going to start prefacing things a little bit differently. Like when I explain how I feel like a player is going to be impactful for us, I need to put like caveats on it a little bit more. So you guys know that I really like Harrison Ingram, right? I like the fact that the beginning of his college career, he started off as more of a point forward type, where he was a point guard, getting other people involved, and that really built, his basketball IQ, and he was just really good in that role. And then when he went over to North Carolina, he became more of just a 3-and-D type player. And I thought, hey, Harrison Ingram could be a guy that the Spurs could put on the roster and be a good, decent backup small forward, right? But I'm gonna start using could and will a little bit more. Okay, I'll stick my chest out on this one. I think Carter Bryant will be an essential part of the San Antonio Spurs. I truly do believe that. Not just his mentality, but he has everything to basically thrive. Now, even when we drafted him, I didn't know that he would fall to us. By the way, he was at the top of my list. I didn't think we would get him. But even though I don't think that he'll be like a star or nothing like that, he has all the tools imaginable that could be a legitimate, nasty 3-and-D type player, right? Like he has the athleticism, he has the IQ, defensively, like it's all there. He has the mindset, very confident. He lets it fly. He doesn't hesitate. I think he hesitated maybe one time throughout the season as far as shooting threes, even though he wasn't shooting well. So, like, I think he has all of it. It's just a matter of he needs more reps and he needs another year on his belt. But this year, I don't think that we'll see a lot of Carter Bryant once the guys are back, which kind of rightfully so, only because offensively is not that great. But I'm really hoping that the Spurs can put him into the G League, allow him to get as much reps as possible, and he can still, come with the team on many occasions and, be able to play some games if we absolutely need him, or just put him in for like 5 minutes, just to mix things up and give the opposing team another defender to mess with them a little bit. But overall, I think he's going to be really nasty. One thing I like about him a lot is he's also someone who generates turnovers. Like that's one thing that I really enjoy about him. Like, as you guys know, when I talk about Sohan, he's more of a fundamental defender, and he doesn't go for a lot of steals, right? He doesn't reach a ton. He makes it very difficult for you to score, and then he just plays really excellent defense on you, and you missed a shot or you turn the ball over or something like that. Whereas Carter Bryant, he will take those shots, and he will generate, turnovers turn into points. Like, he will get steals on you. He will get these big, fun blocks in the middle of a game. So, I don't know. All I'm saying is, I'm really happy that we have Carter Bryant, obviously. I don't talk about him enough because we don't see him enough. But my take is, I really hope they go ahead and send him over to the G League. And then I hope that next season we'll see more of him, But yeah. Somebody said thought Kobe had nieces and nephews for a sec. Oh, that's funny. But yeah. Oh, you agree with me? Yeah. Tane says Carter could really benefit from the G League. I think so too. He's not getting enough reps. And a big part of it going to the G League, because people really ignore the G League. They invalidate it. They don't think it's that important. But I think that one thing about the G League is it's guard centric as well. So guards have a really good time in the G League. So you're going to get your reps. You're going to be able to score. You're going to be able to shoot. But also, you can keep that speed of the game. And I think Carter Bryant even mentioned that he was like, the game is so fast when you're out there. So yeah, just get more reps. He just needs more reps. But yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, just wanted to do a Carter appreciation post, y'all. I'm not surprised by this loss. On and on and on. On and on. Very negative chat tonight, by the way. Not all of you, but it's like, it's not that big a deal, man. I know a lot of people are pretty upset about it, but it's not that big a deal. It's not that bad of a loss. It's fine. And I think that while it's not fun to expect to lose, this is one of those games that you had to see it coming, right? Going to see your folks this Turkey Day? Yeah. I think it's going to already be done. It's probably going to be in the fridge, already done by the time I get there, Larry. So, yeah. I'm probably going to take a look at, when's the next game? When's our next game? Bring a dish. Oh, Wednesday and Friday. Oh man, really? Wednesday? And cup games? Wednesday? Okay. All right. Okay. I won't trip about it, I guess. I'll be at my parents', so Yeah, I guess we just go live again. Maybe Tuesday? I guess we'll go live Tuesday, and then I'll go live from my parents' house on Wednesday. We'll figure it out. It's so much easier just going live from home, from where I'm at. I want you love. Is that I never seen. Someday I want to love like the love you had with you. Oh, yeah. Harper was warming up pregame. I expect him back Friday. If Harper is okay, that would be a game changer. Because I just call that one off as a loss. I just call it off as a loss. The Friday one is against Nuggets, right? I just say loss. If Harper's back, but it depends on how much we play him, because we might not play him that much. But Harper is huge. That's huge. Having Harper back is huge. We'll get a legit fight. That's all I'll say. Not saying that we can win. We'll get a legit fight. Yeah, if Harper's back, then that's a game changer. I think that helps. Champagny and Barnes to make their threes. We need Cornette and Fox to step up for Friday. And Champagny and Barnes to make their threes. If they're hot, yeah, we're good. We'll see. One thing for sure, Spurs are going to come to play. Okay? They are going to come to play. So don't worry about that. They're going to come to play. I think we'll just get outplayed. Something about that third quarter, we came out strong, and then on the second half, we just stopped playing. And then the same story from last year, right? Little adjustments going into the second half. Good teams make good adjustments. And then you're just, you just kind of left stranded. I feel like we get stuck doing the same thing too many times in a row. Playing Liza P right now on PS5. That's cool. If the Kings can beat the Nuggets, why can't the Spurs? Nuggets are going to be awake because we're a playoff team. So the Nuggets are going to be awake. So keep that in mind. Sometimes teams just get you off guard. Nuggets locked in, they could beat just about anybody. So some teams just get you off guard. They'll be ready for the Spurs. All right, y'all. I'm hopping off. I need to get ready for bed. I appreciate all the love. We'll be back. What did I say? Tuesday? Tuesday makes the most sense. So we'll get on Tuesday at some point. Maybe we'll have some more news. All right. Everyone have a good night. I appreciate the love. I'll win, or I'll read this one, then we'll leave. I mean, that was a very winnable game. A lot of games that were in are very winnable, but for some reason, what we have working in the first half, we just stopped doing in the second. Honestly, I think that we do a little too much of what was already working. Because when teams make adjustments, we don't make adjustments back. There's little to no counters. It takes I don't know. It's just too little counters. In this game in particular, that fourth quarter was horrible. That was horribly coached in my opinion. I don't see why Barnes was out there in that situation when they just kept they kept attacking them over and over and over. It's just they're winning the game based on just attacking Barnes now. No one else was getting attacked the same way Barnes was getting attacked. They kept going at him. They just passed the rock to wherever Barnes is.